Man, oh man, oh man. Yet another Wednesday lift. And it happened to be a pull day and it was a good one. All right. I don't think I have ever successfully filmed on this machine without something filming for me. So we're gonna see how this turns out because I actually have no idea how this thing works right now. But we're on a lat pull down machine instead of a cable. This is our first set here. I look like this machine. Sometimes a little more than the regular cables, but it doesn't have it like that, so.
I'll tell you pin back.
Okay. All right. We're gonna go down a little bit more weight for the second set, but that was really good first set. Probably really good. All right. For all I know, you guys could be getting a fat view of the damn bar on this machine, but. All right, let's get a row in there. All right, I've been spamming these pretty much every time that I have to do an upper back row, which is fine. I kind of like this movement here. Again, I really wish the Smith machine to this side of me was working, but it's not, so we gotta use the one that goes straight up and down. I prefer the one that curves backwards a little bit. It's not pulling as far over the bench, but that's okay. We can still work with this here. Here we go. A little wide here. Here we go. All right, one more set, and then we'll do a third set, but the third set can be Kelso Shrugs. So there's one more set of regular rows. This is set 2 here. I'm gonna move my hands out just a smidgen more this time, just a smidge. Because I kind of want the elbows to hit around closer to 90 degrees than what I was seeing, but I don't know. I don't remember how far I sent my hands last time, so we're gonna hope that this is it right here. Yep. One more set of just the scapular shrugs. Final set on the like I said, this last set is literally just going to be Kelso Shrugs. So you guys will see if you guys haven't seen that before, you're just shrugging the scapulars together, so like squeezing your back essentially. Squeezing your back, holding a pencil between it, essentially.
Yeah, that's good, man. That's good. We need a lat row now. All right, we got bent over barbell rows here. This is going to be targeting our lats, so it's going to be a lower row. We're not rowing super high on these guys here. Okay. I'm gonna take a quick second and take a knee here because I gotta take a break between sets. Because it is single hand, but you are still putting a lot of force into the one arm, so you gotta recoup for a second. All right. Okay, less reps, but that's okay. I should have started with the left side because more weak side, but one more set. All right, set 2 here with the rows. Get this guy nice and snug in the strap here. Here we go. Okay. Okay. Fuck. The one downside of these, even though I am supported with a hand on the bench, is that it does still work the erectors a little bit, man, because you can't. Like what I'm like somewhere around 200 pounds right now, and I have a 100-pound dumbbell, you know, so I'm trying to support somewhere between, you know, let's say 200-ish pounds with the one arm on the bench, but like it's not, you know, completely stable like a chest supported machine would be, but that's okay. Here we go, man, we go. Here we go. Okay, I'm not. All right, man. We need to do some biceps.
Man, oh man, oh man. Yet another Wednesday lift. And it happened to be a pull day, and it was a good one. Oh, absolutely. You know, my back's actually kind of shredded right now. I don't think I was fully recovered from like my work on Monday, because as you guys may know, if you don't, I work at a warehouse. So I do, you know, I work at a warehouse part-time, and I train people. So that makes up, you know, every you know, my income essentially. So, but the warehouse work, it can be very physically taxing, depending on my job, right? So sometimes I operate a forklift, which is less physically demanding on my body than other parts of the job, and then sometimes I actually have to like move product by hand. And on Monday I moved about 1,500 product by hand, which is a decent amount throughout 8 hours. So you know, my body hurts. That's what I'm trying to say here, and I don't think I was fully recovered from that for the lift today. Who knows? Like my back got worked, but most of the work went into my legs. So today my quads are still a little bit sore. My glute is still very, very sore. Like my right glute is still very sore. And that's pretty much where the soreness extends to. You know, like my biceps were probably still fine, whatever, but still rocked it today, man. Got after it, did a heavy lift. I look, oh, I forgot to mention, I didn't film the bicep exercise that I did. I just did the bicep exercise that I did. I believe I did it on my pull day, or on my upper day, where I was on the machine, and it's 2 separate handles, and it's literally just a curl with a pad behind the elbows. That's all it is. You know, it's not I wouldn't necessarily call it an isolated curl, but I guess you could. I'm gonna go home and have a Red Bull, bro. I haven't been having caffeine before my workouts, which kind of sucks. But, anyways, yeah, good pull day. So basically, you know, you guys saw the 3 back exercises that I did, and then I did a bicep exercise that I didn't film, and I didn't get a pose down. The mirror was a little crowded today. I went a little bit later in the day than I normally do, you know, the amount of people there was a little bit different. So, yeah, other than that, it's a very successful workout, man. You know, as I'm going through these client-made like diet plans and exercise routines, you know, and I'm making these items here, right? And I can't help but think, I'm like, man, dude, I should do it for myself, bro. I'm my own coach, right? I create my own workouts. I eat what I want to eat, you know? So technically I am my own coach. And if I am going to run down the way of doing another bodybuilding competition, I would love to be my own coach. The only issue with that is that, like, objectively, it's hard to be objective when I'm my own coach, you know, because I'm looking at myself. So it's hard for me to be exactly what I am, you know, like, to be honest with myself, I guess you could say, about how I look or how the diet's going, whatever. But, like, also part of it is I am decently good at that, so I think I can carry that through, you know. I used to track my weights by hand, you know, but which I like better than typing on my phone. It feels a little bit more professional to, like, write it down. I don't know why. But basically what I'm getting to is, like, you know, tracking is pretty important, but sometimes I don't really think about that, I guess, when I'm doing my own stuff. You know, I would love for my clients to track their progress, you know. That's actually a very important part of the whole thing, is, like, when I write the program, I give them a space to put down the machine they use, the weight they used, and how many reps they did for the sets. You know, there's a space for that in the program, and I hope that they use that, you know, because it's a way for them to track their own progress, and a way for me to see, you know, like, okay, they are, you know, they are increasing the weight, or they are staying the same, or they went down, you know, what's up with that? Like, it gives me an insight onto how they're doing, right? So that's part of the reason that, like, you know, I'm partially okay with myself not recording my own weights, is because, like, I can do a check-in on myself after a set. But also, it's kind of important because being able to look back on my progress the way I do my clients' progress would actually be beneficial, you know. Like, this is the flip side, right? Like, I can check with myself, but also it's beneficial to see the progress over time about how things are going, right? This damn thing, anyways. So you know, there's two sides of the coin to it, you know. It just depends on what side you're on, I guess. Yeah, I'm just happy. Dude, keep yawning, man. I got a full 8 hours of sleep, by the way. I got 7 hours, so, like, a little less than 7.5 hours before my alarm went off. Shut my alarm off, and then I got another hour and a half. So I hit the full 90-minute REM sleep schedule. So I don't know why I got the yawns going on right now. Honestly, it's probably because of the consistent intake of caffeine, if I had to guess. But that's a story for another time, bro. I kind of want to keep the truck talk a little bit shorter today and not have it be 10 minutes long. So, because you know, I could just sit here and talk all freaking day, you know. So we'll keep it on the one topic for now. Call it a TLDR, too long, didn't read. Basically, tracking your weights and tracking your macros is important, especially if you would want to see progress in the gym and in weight loss. So I guess I didn't touch the weight loss part of it. The same thing goes for the weight loss, you know. Like, I know roughly what I'm supposed to eat, but, like, I'm not tracking it closely. Whereas now the macros is, like, the more important thing for me. It's like I'm going to start tracking the calories that I eat a little bit more closely, so I can make sure I'm getting enough of the food that I need and not a lot of the food I don't need. So, you know, it's the same thing goes for the weights, basically. So, you know, tracking is important because the real way to see progress and see where your ups and downs, your dips and your valleys and your mountains are at, you know, is to track it so you can see it over a period of time rather than a day-by-day basis. So, yeah, there's your TLDR. So, I appreciate y'all for watching, and hope to see y'all